This is the L2C Media Network, and you're watching Sports Final with Steve the Baxman Baxley, brought to you by the L2C Media Network. I'm Gary von Stuttgart, your announcer, and now, with the details from the headlines that make the sports world sing in perfect harmony, here's our host, Steve the Baxman Baxley. Yeah, Steve the Baxman Baxley. Hey, how are you? What's going on, folks? Great to have you with us tonight on a beautiful night. Why is it so beautiful? I have no. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. It's a beautiful night. I think we just. Okay, it is a beautiful night. It's a beautiful night after all. There we go. A little bit lower, please, guys. A little low. Not too much low, just a little low. All right. Welcome, one and all, to our little show of shows. We want to dedicate this to the memory of one of the most inventive and creative comics, Norm Macdonald, who was a part of Saturday Night Live. In fact, he was one of the anchors of the Saturday Night Live parody newscast Weekend Update, and he coined the phrase, he said the phrase that has everybody now in a tizzy. I'm Norm Macdonald. He said, "Good evening, I'm Norm Macdonald. Let's do some fake news." There you go. Now you all know the rest of the story. Okay, but how about the rest of our sports story? We got a lot to cover in these short minuets that we have with you. Don't forget, of course, Ricada Law is on Law Splaining the Interwebs on the Ricada Law channel here on YouTube. But we're glad you're here with us, and let's get going. Got some big news also about our good friend Mandy Summers. You will love it. In fact, it comes from her own lips. So, all right, let's get to it. These are the games that are still going on in Major League Baseball. Let's, shall we? In the ninth inning, Kansas City leads Oakland 10-7. In the seventh inning, the San Francisco Giants lead the San Diego Padres by a score of 3-1. In the sixth inning, it is the defending World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers. They lead the Arizona Diamondbacks 5-1. And in the fifth inning, it is the Seattle Mariners 2, the Boston Red Sox 1. Let's go for some final scores. Okay. Yes, okay. Let's do this, shall we? Yeah, let's do this. Cleveland Indians beat the Minnesota Twins 3-1, 3-5-0 for the Indians, 1-3-1 for the Twins. Kenzie got the win for the Indians. He's 5-6. Colomb gets the loss for the Twins, 3-2, and Class gets his 23rd save for the Indians. Pittsburgh Pirates beat the Cincinnati Reds 6-5, 6-10-0 for the Pirates, 5-11-2 for the Reds. Peters gets the win for the Pirates. He's 1-2. Miley did it like a wrecking ball, and he got wrecked for it. He got the loss. He's 12-6. And Stratton gets his 5th save of the season. Final 11 innings, Tigers beat the Brewers 1-0. 1-3-0 for Tigers, 0-4-0 for Brews. Garcia gets the win for Detroit. He's 2-1. Strickland should have stuck with propane. You got the loss for the Brews. He's 3-2. Chicago Cubs finally stopped their skid. They beat the Phillies 6-3, 6-9-1 for the Cubs, 3-6-0 for the Phils. Sampson with the win for the Cubs. He's 1-2. Gibson with the loss for the Phils. He's 10-6. And Wick gets his 4th save of the season. Washington Nationals need some good news, and they got it. They beat the Miami or Florida Marlins, whichever one they want to call themselves, 8-2, 8-14-1 for the Nats, 2-4-2 for the Marlins. Feedy gets the win for the Nats. He's 7-9. Luzardo gets a loss for the Marlins. He's 5-8. Yankees beat the Warriors 7-2, 7-13-1 for the Yanks, 2-6-1 for the Warriors. That's right. He is the Warriors. Cole gets win for the Yankees. He's 15-7. Wells gets loss for the Warriors. He's 1-3. Tampa Bay Rays over the Toronto Blue Jays 2-0, 2-6-0 for the Rays, 0-3-0 for the Blue Jays. Rasmussen gets the win for the Rays. He's 2-1. Barrios gets the loss for the Blue Jays. He's 9-8, and Kitteridge gets his 7th save of the season. In 11 innings, Cardinals over the Mets 7-6, 7-10-2 for the Cards, 6-6-3 for the Mets. Reyes gets the win. He's 8-8. Reed gets a loss. He's 0-1, and Kim gets his 1st save of the season. Colorado Rockies over the Atlanta Braves 5-4, 5-7-1 for the Rocks, 4-8-0 for the Braves. Gray gets the win for the Rocks. He's 8-10. Toussaint gets the big L for the Braves. He's 3-3, and Estevez gets his 8th save of the season. Minnesota Twins over the Cleveland Indians 6-3 in the first game. 6-9-0 for the Twins, 3-6-0 for the Indians. Barclough gets the big win for the Twins. He's 1-0. Allen gets the loss. He's 1-7, and Colomb gets his 14th save of the season. Yay. Rangers over the Astros, 8-1, 8-7-0 for the Rangers, 1-6-1 for the Stros. Lyles gets the big win for the Rangers. He's 9-11. Greinke gets the loss for the Astros. He's 11-6. Finally, the White Sox over the Angels, 9-3, 9-13-1 for the White Sox, 3-6-0 for the Los Angeles Angels. Bummer. Wasn't a bummer for the White Sox. He gets the win. He's 3-5. Naughton gets a loss. He's 0-2. And there is your baseball scoreboard. Well, your one baseball scoreboard. So we go right now to the devilish minds of the minor league. Let's start first in AAA with games that are still going strong as we speak. The top of the 6th inning, it's Tacoma 3, Sacramento 2. End of the 6th, it's Reno 7, Las Vegas 2. Final scores, Buffalo over Rochester 5-4, 5-11-0 for Buffalo, 4-7-1 for Rochester. Jimenez gets the win. His record is 3-3. Moreno gets a loss. His record is 0-1, and Baker gets his 10th save. All right, Columbus beat Toledo 2-1 in 8 big whopping innings, and we're trying to find out. Let's find out, shall we? Before we go any further. Nope. Okay. Thank you. You want to? Let's get back to the. Okay, we did the Buffalo one. All right. Final in 8 innings, Columbus over Toledo, 2-1, 2-3-0 for Columbus, 1-5-2 for Toledo. That was done in 8 innings. Worcester beat Syracuse 5-4, 5-8-0 for Worcester. Oh, did we do the winners and loss for the other one? Oh. Winning pitcher, Morris for Columbus. He's 2-1. Losing pitcher, Payano for Toledo. He's 4-6. Now the Worcester and Syracuse score. Worcester 5, Syracuse 4. 5-8-0 for Worcester. 4-9-1 for Syracuse. Bizzardo gets the win. He's 1-1. Quilom gets the loss. He's 3-3. Durham beats Charlotte by a score of 6-2, 6-11-0 for Durham, 2-8-1 for Charlotte. Seymour gets the win for Durham. He's 1-0. McRae gets the loss for Charlotte. He's 2-8. Norfolk beat Jacksonville 7-2, 7-6-1 for the Folk, 2-7-0 for the Ville. Winning pitcher Barreda for Norfolk. He's 2-2. Neidert gets the loss. He's 6-3. Scranton Wilkes-Barre over Lehigh Valley 4-2, 4-7-1 for Scranton Wilkes-Barre, 2-10-1 for Lehigh Valley. Sears gets the win. He's 4-0. Eastman gets the loss. He's 0-1. And Marinaccio gets his first save of the season. St. Paul over Indianapolis 13-4, 13-14-0 for St. Paul. 4-6-2 for Indianapolis. Stropman gets the win. He's 9-3. Sulzer gets a loss for Indianapolis. He's 6-7. Gwinnett over Nashville 6-5, 6-11-0 for Gwinnett. 5-6-1 for Nashville. Wright is your winner for Gwinnett. He's 8-5. Lindblom gets the loss for Nashville. He's 5-4. Louisville beats Memphis 10-4, 10-17-0 for the Louisville. 4-9-0 for the Memphis. Samaritan gets the win for Louisville. He's 8-2. Thompson suffers a loss. He's 2-9. Sugarland over Round Rock by a score of 6-3, 6-9-2 for Sugarland. 3-7-2 for Round Rock. France, vive la France, 5-1 for his win. And Lemony goes with the loss. He's 6-4. Iowa over Columbus, 8-1, 8-9-3 for Iowa, 1-4-1 for Omaha. Roberts gets the win for Iowa. He's 3-2. Bolanos gets the loss. He's 0-3. Oklahoma City over Salt Lake, 11-7, 11-14-0 for Oklahoma City, 7-12-0 for Salt Lake. Tropiano gets a win. He's 2-0 for Oklahoma City. Smith gets lost for Salt Lake. He's 0-1. And Quackenbush gets the 19th save for Oklahoma City. Albuquerque over El Paso, 4-3, 4-7-2 for Albuquerque, 3-7-1 for El Paso. Gripe gets the win. He's 1-0. Miller the loss. He's 4-4. And Lawrence gets his 11th save. We go now to Double-A. It's time to mollywop some Double-A scores for you. So here we go. Akron over Somerset, 8-6, 8-13-2 for Akron, 6-7-1 for Somerset. Enright with the win. He's 3-4. Green with the loss. He's 2-5. Bowie beats Altoona 3-2, 3-6-0 for Bowie, 2-3-2 for Altoona. Fenter gets the win. He's 6-4. Contreras gets a loss. He's 3-2. And Kimmel gets a save, his first of the season. That was the second game. First game, Bowie won that one 6-4. 6-6-2 for Bowie. 4-4-1 for Altoona. LeBron gets the win. He's won 6 straight. Beto gets a loss. He's 4-8. And now Mengo gets his 14th save of the season. Richmond over Erie, 6-3, 6-6-1 for Richmond, 3-8-1 for Erie. Morris gets the win for Richmond. He's 6-0. Rodriguez gets the loss for Erie. He's 4-6. And Ruotolo gets his 10th save. Reading over Binghamton, 2-1, 2-4-1 for Reading, 1-4-0 for Binghamton. Morales gets the win. He's 4-13. Budo gets the loss. He's 3-2. And Marconi gets his 17th save. Portland over Hartford by a score of 2-1, 2-4-1 for Portland, 1-3-0 for Hartford. Politai gets the win. He's 6-9. Manson gets a loss. He's 2-2. Martinez gets his 5th save. Mississippi over Chattanooga 6-4, 6-9-1 for Mississippi, 4-9-1 for Chattanooga. Ferguson the win. He's 3-0. Keys the loss. He's 1-3, and Kingham gets his first save. Tulsa over Midland 5-3, 5-9-1 for Tulsa, 3-7-0 for Midland. Drury gets the win. He's 3-1. Milborn gets a loss. He's 3-4. And Hagenman gets his 5th save of the season. Pensacola over Rocket City 3-2. 3-6-0 for Pensacola. 2-4-1 for Rocket City. Bice is right. Gets the win. He's 5-3. Lingenfelter gets the loss. He's 0-1. And Hawk gets his 19th save. Montgomery over Birmingham 6-3, 6-7-1 for Montgomery, 3-7-1 for Birmingham. McGee gets the win. He's 6-2. Vargas gets the loss. He's 7-4. And Sterner gets his 2nd save. Corpus Christi beat San Antonio by a score of 9-4, 9-11-0 for Corpus Christi, 4-5-0 for San Antonio. Freire gets big win. He's 1-1. Bellin gets a loss. He's 5-3. And Kahn gets his 4th save. Northwest Arkansas over Springfield, 3-2, 3-4-0 for Northwest Arkansas, 2-6-1 for Springfield. Garcia gets the win. He's 4-3. Quizada gets a loss. He's 0-1. And Cuaz gets his 3rd save. Frisco over Amarillo, 14-6, 14-14-1 for Frisco, 6-11-0 for Amarillo. Arkansas leads Wichita 4-1 in their game, which was suspended in the top of the 5th. Due to rain, it'll be completed tomorrow. New Hampshire and Harrisburg canceled due to COVID. Let's keep going to some high A news. High A. Top of the 8th inning, Hillsborough over Vancouver, 6-4. We have a magic moment happening in the bottom of the 5th. Spokane and Everett are at goose eggs. And this is the only time we'll be doing this when the game continuum. Spokane 0-4-1, Everett 0-0. Asheville over Winston-Salem, 8-0, 8-14-0 for Asheville. 0-5-0 for Winston-Salem. We're sort of condensing, so please forgive us here. Lake County over Beloit, 8-2, 8-6-0 for Lake County, 2-9-2 for Beloit. Rome over Hickory, 8-1, 8-11-1 for Rome, 1-5-4, 1-6-4 for Hickory. Brooklyn over Jersey Shore, 5-2, 5-5-1 for Brooklyn, 2-3-0 for Jersey Shore. Greensboro over Hudson Valley, 10-1, 10-12-0 for Greensboro, 1-5-2 for Hudson Valley. Aberdeen over Greenville, 3-1, 3-11-0 for Aberdeen, 1-2-1 for Greenville. Wisconsin over Great Lakes, 6-3, 6-8-0 for Wisconsin, 3-7-1 for Great Lakes. Dayton over Fort Wayne, 10-2, 10-9-2 for Dayton, 2-8-0 for Fort Wayne. Quad Cities over South Bend, 5-4, 5-9-2 for the Quad, 4-11-1 for South Bend. Wilmington over Bowling Green, 10-0. 10-16-1 for Wilmington, 0-5-2 for Bowling Green. Cedar Rapids over Peoria. Peoria over Cedar Rapids, 6-1, 6-9-0 for Peoria, 1-4-0 for Cedar Rapids. Tri-City and Eugene, and West Michigan and Lansing postponed. Let's go for our final little cadets and take you to the low A. Top of the 9th, Rancho Cucamonga leads Visalia 5-3. Top of the 7th, Stockton over Modesto 11-9. Final scores. St. Lucie over Jupiter 2-1, 2-9-1 for St. Lucie. 1-4-1 for Jupiter. Palm Beach over Daytona, 8-4, 8-7-2 for Palm Beach, 4-7-2 for Daytona. Lakeland beat Bradenton 4-2, 4-8-0 for Lakeland, 2-11-1 for Bradenton. Carolina over Fayetteville, 10-7, 10-11-1 for Carolina, 7-12-1 for Fayetteville. In 10 innings, Down East over Charleston, 7-5, 7-11-1 for Down East, 5-10-0 for Charleston. Augusta over Myrtle Beach, 5-4, 5-12-1 for Augusta, 4-7-0 for Myrtle Beach. Salem over Delmarva, 8-2, 8-12-0 for Salem. 2-6-0 for Delmarva. Can you turn it down a bit? Thank you. Thank you. 8-12-0 for Salem, 2-6-0 for Delmarva. Lynchburg over Fredericksburg by a score of 5-3, 5-9-0 for Lynchburg, 3-7-0 for Fredericksburg. Kannapolis over Columbia, 6-5, 6-11-1 for Kannapolis, 5-13-3 for Columbia. Lake Elsinore. Hello. Thank you. Yeah, let's go low A, please. Thank you. We got to get back to low A, guys. Low A. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Okay, we'll just have to go up again. Tampa, Fort Myers, they got postponed. Clearwater, Dunedin, they got postponed. San Jose over Fresno, 10-0, 10-12-30 for San Jose, 0-2-4 for Fresno. Lake Elsinore over the Inland Empire, 6-4, 6-8-0. Lake Elsinore, 4-8-0. The Inland Empire. And there you go. That's it for baseball for now. Let's give you some headlines. And the big headline in basketball is the Los Angeles Lakers are searching far and wide for players with which to fill out their final roster spots. Big names such as Isaiah Thomas and Darren Coliseum have already worked out for them. And now, according to the Athletics' Jovan Buha, we can add one more name to that list, former Denver Nuggets forward Kenneth Farid. He will reportedly work out for Lakers this week. Now, on the surface, Farid is somewhat of an odd candidate for a Lakers roster spot. He hasn't played in the NBA since 2019. Fairly successful stint in China. He was underwhelmed with Portland's Summer League team in Vegas last month. The 31-year-old Farid doesn't have quite the same athleticism when he was one of the NBA's premier energy big men. Ooh. Okay, more stunning news. It's not often that the Baltimore Ravens blow a big lead. That's exactly what happened on Monday night during their wild 33-27 overtime loss in Vegas. After jumping out to a 14-0 lead with just under 9 minutes left to play in the second quarter, it looked like the Ravens were going to coast to a win, but then the improbable happened. The Raiders fought back to tie the game at 17 in the fourth quarter, which set up a dogfight down the stretch. Now, one reason the Ravens' loss was so stunning is because it literally had never happened before under John Harbaugh. Since Harbaugh took over as Baltimore coach in 2008, the Ravens had gone 81-0 in regular season games where they led by at least 14 points. Overall, the Ravens had won 98 straight games dating back to 2004. Take my other sock off. There we go. Let's see. Overall, the Ravens had won 98 straight games dating back to 2004 when holding a lead of 14 or more points in a game, according to our friends at ESPN. As a matter of fact, before Monday, the last time the Ravens blew a 14-point lead came all the way back in December 2004 when they lost to the Bengals 27-26 in a game where they had once held a 20-3 lead. The good news for Ravens is that the gut-wrenching loss in 2004 didn't seem to have any impact on them the following week as they came out and beat the Giants. Not letting the string of his loss linger will especially be important since Baltimore will be hosting the Chiefs in week number 2. Yes, week number 2. Okay, can we quickly go to some more headlines? All right, let's kick it in over to but not everything was all happenstance. No. The first week of the NFL regular season started with a bang and ended with a complete kaboom. But if you're the Baltimore Ravens, you're waking up on Tuesday morning picking shrapnel out of your helmet from a Monday night battle with the Vegas Raiders that left you battered and bruised, with the deepest of those wounds being self-inflicted. It was a fight that went past the wire and right into overtime, but that's certainly not how it began. Lamar Jackson and company jumped all over the Raiders with a 14-0 head start in the first half before seeing Derek Carr wake up to mount an impressive comeback in a 33-27 overtime win that many placed squarely in the lap of Jackson. That's because when he could at least afford it, the former league MVP fumbled the ball and lost it twice. And both were critical to explain why the Ravens are now 0-1 on the young season. And wow. First of Jackson's two lost fumbles. He technically fumbled 3 times, but recovered the other. Came in the fourth quarter when the Ravens were up 17-10, and trying to put the game away. He scrambled up for the middle before having the ball punched out on a tackle and recovered by linebacker Denzel Perryman. A costly mistake that was later turned into a 5-yard touchdown by running back Josh Jacobs to knock the contest at 17 with 9 minutes left in regulation. So maybe that fury can be, capped. Who knows? Week 2 could be different. Okay, do we have any further repose of the headlines? We do not? Okay. In that case, we move on. All right, let's check out the scores and everything from soccer made in Britain and around the world. In the Champions League, Group B, Bayern Munich defeated Barcelona 3-0. Benfica and Dynamo Kiev tied at 2. In Group F, Young Boys over Manchester United 2-1. Villarreal over Atalanta. They actually tied with Atalanta 2-2. Group G, Seville and Red Bull Salzburg tied at 1. Lille and Wolfsburg tied at 0. Group H, Chelsea over Zenit St. Petersburg 1-0. And Juventus over Malmo 3-0. Europa Conference League action in Group A was Maccabi Tel Aviv 4, Alashkert 1. In Group E, Maccabi Haifa and Fjord Goose Eggs. In championship action, Blackburn Rovers over Hull City 2-0. Huddersfield Town over Blackpool 3-1. Bournemouth over Queen Park Rangers 2-1. Sheffield United over Preston North End at 2-2. Reading over Peterborough United 3-1. West Bromwich Albion and Derby County tied at 0. In the EFL Trophy League, it was Everton over Morecambe 1-0. Walsall over Brighton and Hove Albion 1-0. Leyton Orient over Southampton 1-0. Tranmere Rovers over Leeds United 4-1. West Ham United over Ipswich Town 2-1. League One action, Lincoln City and Rotherham United tied at 1. Northampton Town over Newport County 1-0. Sutton United over Hartlepool United 1-0. Let's see. I think. In the Major League Soccer, Columbus Crew over the New York Red Bulls 2-1. New York City Football Club and the Football Club of Dallas tied at 3, and Inter Miami over Toronto 1-0. And let us now go forth to our media scrum and give you some very nice reasons. Turner Sports named its full NHL on TNT cast. Would you like to know who they are? I'm glad, because I'm going to tell you. Ahead of the October 12th start of the 2021-2022 NHL regular season, the folks at Turner Sports have revealed its full lineup of commentators for its NHL on TNT coverage. They had previously announced the hires of Kenny Albert and Eddie Olczyk as their lead announce team and Wayne Gretzky as a studio analyst. There have been reports of them adding other figures like Anson Carter. Now we have the full details of who they're going to bring in, including an announced team of Brendan Burke and Darren Pang, Keith Jones providing ice-level analysis, Jennifer Bottlerill, Jackie Redmond, and Tariq El-Bashir also contributing to telecast, and a full studio team of hosts Liam McHugh, analyst Wayne Gretzky, along with Anson Carter, Rick Tochette, Paul Bisonet. Uh, there is even a Bleacher Report component of this and a sports-specific Bleacher Report vertical for hockey. They found success with their football-focused BR Gridiron brand. Now they got hockey. And it's certainly notable to see details on who else is headed to Turner's on-air coverage. There's a lot of NBC folks and a few others. Don't forget, the NHL on TNT will begin with an October 13th double dip. New York Rangers and Washington Caps, the first game of the Blackhawks and Avalanche in the late one. Boop. Okay, and as you know, this is the possible last year or last season for the Premier League on NBCSN. Whether it is true, but NBC Sports, possibly. Then they will have a huge fine in their hands. Now, with the final season of NBC's current 6-year deal with the Premier League, which was signed way back at the start of 2015-2016 season, that deal represented a stunning doubling of the previous contract, going from 3 years and a total of $250 million to 6 years and a total of $1 billion. Heading into the latest round of negotiations, the Premier League is reportedly setting their sights high once again. Bloomberg reports the English top-flight league is looking to once again double its annual rights fee, seeking $300 million per season. Now, the Bloomberg piece emphasizes that NBC wants to retain the Premier League, a feeling that was probably enhanced after losing the NHL to ESPN and Turner Sports. But, are they going to be in for a big, huge fight on their hands? This time around, competition from ESPN, CBS, and possibly, strangely, what remnants of Warner Media, to be called, of course, Discovery Warner Brothers. Now, before the merger of AT&T and Time Warner was approved stateside, Turner stunningly won the rights for the UEFA Champions and EuroLeague heading into the 2018-2019 campaign. The company opted out of the rights deal last summer, allowing new rights holder CBS to take over a year early. That opt-out seemed to spell the end for the company's soccer aspirations, but perhaps the Premier League, with its weekend-heavy schedule, is a different prospect for the company than the midweek-heavy Champions and Europa League. Now, here's where things get interesting. Back in 2015, Discovery was reportedly the runner-up to NBC for the Premier League package. Now, Warner Media and Discovery are in the early stages of a merger, and going back to 6 years later could make sense given that history. Unsurprisingly, streaming will be a significant component of any deal for premiership rights, despite potential hangups from ownership. Streaming services like Disney's ESPN Plus, Viacom CBS's Paramount Plus, and Comcast Peacock Premium are turning to sports to draw new customers and help them compete with larger services like Netflix. Still, some EPL owners have grumbled at having more matches on streaming services and various cable networks, saying viewership flags when fans can't find the programming. Now, streaming has been a key part of both NBC deals with the Premier League. In the company's initial 3-year deal, every match was available to those with an authenticated login. In the latest deal, those matches were only available for an additional fee with the Premier League Pass, which was eventually folded into Peacock after last summer's launch. No matter which company wins the Premier League crown, this time around, most matches will be behind a streaming paywall, be it ESPN Plus, Paramount Plus, Peacock, or some sort of HBO Max Discovery Plus hybrid. Now, the investments made into soccer by both ESPN, which carries La Liga, Bundesliga, FA Cup, and English championships, thusly, and CBS Series A, Champions League, National Women's Soccer League, and so on, will make Premier League coverage a natural fit for either company and would bolster their respective streaming services, while also likely coming with a price hike. NBC's retention of the rights would at least give viewers some familiarity, while a Warner Media / Discovery Warner Brothers bid brings the great unknown. Any potential broadcast cable games would also bring challenges. ESPN already has commitments to La Liga and the Bundesliga, and its airwaves are dominated across all networks in the fall by college and pro football. CBS has similar issues, though somewhat less so, with the added issue of just one less carried sports cable network, CBS Sportsnet. NBC has the formula down pat, but the impending shutdown of NBCSN means that the Premier League's cable home would be USA, hardly a true bastion of sports programming. But we'll see what will come of that. Okay. We are down to our last segment, and just in time. We're almost at the 45 mark. So let's go to our final thing. Oh, before we do, I am glad, I am personally glad that we got a little time and a little tap dance here to do this. If we can quickly, guys, let's get to my little Twitter here. Let's get to my Twitter page because we got some news for you, folks. And the news is this. Oops. So here we go again. Boo, boo, boo. Okay. Okay, let us give you the news of news. We want to congratulate Mandy Summers, who's the I guess you could say the queen or princess of Comicsgate. You know, Wart the Wizard, and a few others. Apparently, she, Peter Gilmore, and Cameron Pasha are working on adopting a script from her book with Peter Gilmore and optioning it to Hollywood. Well, let's hope she does the right thing. But we say congrats to Mandy, Peter, and Cameron. Okay, let's do this final thing very fast here as we go to our international audience. Have we got it? Okay, let's go to hockey. In the Czech Republic, the Extraliga, Trinik beat Litvinov in overtime 4-3. Sparta Prague over Pardubice 5-2. Liberec over Karlovy 3-2. Mlada Bolsov and Kometa Brno 5-1. Keski Bujovic over Ziln 4-3. Mountfleet HK over Kladno 3-0. And Olomouc over Pleasant 4-1. In Japanese baseball, the Akut Swallows over the Hanshin Tigers, actually tied with the Hanshin Tigers 4-4. Chinichi Dragons over the Hiroshima Carp 10-1. Matsuba gets the win. He's 4-3 for the Dragons. Morishita gets a loss for the Carp. He's 6-7. Seibu Lions over the Nippon Ham Fighters 3-1. Takahashi gets the win for the Lions. He's 10-5. Aikida gets lost for the Ham Fighters. He's 3-10. Yokohama Bay Stars over the Yomiuri Giants 3-2. Romero gets a win for the Bay Stars. He's 2-2. Yamaguchi gets a loss. He's 2-5. The Shiba Lade Marines over the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 3-1. Kuniyoshi gets the win. He's 3-1. Senga gets a loss. He's 5-2. Rakuten Golden Eagles over the York Buffaloes 4-1. Hayakawa gets the win. He's 8-5. Miyagi gets the loss. He's 11-2. In South Korea, the Korean baseball organization, KT Wiz Swang over the Doosan Bears 4-3. Lottie Giants over the Kia Tigers 8-7. NC Dinos over the Kaiwoom Heroes 10-8. Samsung Lions, LG Twins tied at 3. And the Hanwha Eagles over the SSG Landers 11-5. And folks, that's it. We have plumb gone and done it. This has been a very interesting edition of the Sports Final. We're glad to have been a part of it. We want to say thank you, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow at our regular time. Tomorrow being Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's dynamite time. So thank you for joining us. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. We'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm Steve, the Baxman Baxley. For everyone here, good night. God bless.